Good day, super friends, and a good day it is indeed. Today I'd like to review issue number 2 of No Justice. Now, if you remember with last week, we left off with all of the would-be new teamed up Leaguers together on Brainiac's homeworld, Calu, which had been seeded by the Omega Titans, and they were there first. That was the first place they were going to basically devour. And Brainiac got all these different heroes and villains together so they could use their powers in unique ways that would be less calculable for failure and more calculable for success, so that they could try to find a way to stop these Omega Titans. Now, the suits that they're wearing, these new suits have the nodes in them, if you remember, that actually kind of attract them to where they have to go. But this isn't really delved into and revealed until this issue, in issue number 2. If you also remember, Brainiac was dead, because Amanda Waller had grabbed a hold of all of the leading people with psychic powers, the big brain powers, and she'd mashed them all in a room against their will, and she was using them to data mine Brainiac's mind to get as much information as she could, because she's like, we're the American government, we're always stuck behind everybody, we never know what's going on. Well, not this time. This time, the American government is going to be first. We're gonna know what's happening. It was the stupid Justice League's fault that there's a hole in the source wall. We didn't even know that there was a source wall, but I guess there is, and now it's got a hole in it, and it sucks. So in the process of data mining Brainiac, his head exploded right before Superman's face. When you think about it, under any other circumstances, a dead Brainiac would probably be a good thing, right? Not today. Brainiac is needed because there's a failsafe. If Brainiac dies or if Calu dies, all of those Omega Titans go directly to Earth second. Earth is always sucking up the brunt of the universe's problems, isn't it? Point is, Brainiac's gone, and the heroes and villains have to work together. They're on Calu, and if they don't stop this from happening on Calu, then it's coming to Earth next, and it's really bad news. These Omega Titans are big, and they mean business. And if you remember, the Omega Titans seeded the planet, each one with their various seed. Mystery, Wonder, Wisdom, and Entropy. So in a nutshell, they decide they have to set out and go find each of the seeds, because the first seed is actually a giant tree in the middle of Calu. It's like right near where they are, and they're like, well, I feel pulled there. And so off goes team number 1 to the tree. It looks like a tree, but it's basically a giant broadcaster. It's broadcasting to the Omega Titans that a planet has dormant energy. This one is Wisdom. The rest of the teams, those purple nodes on their suit, are kind of pulling them to other places on Calu. Each place, each team is being pulled to a different tree. You might also be wondering where the rest of the heroes are at this point. Well, the rest of the Teen Titans, the Titans in the Justice League, have all been held kind of in stasis after their battle with Brainiac, where he was showing the rest of the League, hey, guess what? You're predictable, I can beat you. So after that fight, some were separated out for the special mission, and others were just held in tanks in kind of like a stasis. However, Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow, who's not on any of those teams, one of his satellites went down and he was able to track it back down to Amanda Waller. He basically was like, yeah, it was you, I know it was you, so what's going on? Where the hell's the Justice League? In a nutshell, she basically goes on to tell him that because the stupid Justice League, ripped open a stupid hole in the stupid source wall, that the whole stupid Earth is doomed, and she's trying to save the planet too. Amanda Waller's not really a bad guy. She just plays the role of the government agent who does what is necessary to get the job done. If that means doing shady things to keep the American people safe, then the ends justify the means. That's basically how I understand her character to be. Anyway, so she basically says she killed Brainiac by blowing up his head, using all the psychics to get the information from his head, and what she found out really scared the crap out of her, and that's why she's here. She's looking for the seed, and then she's blaming the superheroes, and Green Arrow's like, you haven't heard? There are no other superheroes. They're all gone. Why do you think I'm here? So the situation starts tense, but then they decide, we gotta work together. There really is no other way here. We're all on the same side. And that seems to be a theme in this whole story arc. Unlikely characters, people that would not ever usually work together, being forced to work together for a greater common good. That being planet Earth's survival and possibly the survival of the entire cosmos. Entropy, Wisdom, Wonder, and Mystery all end up going in their various teams with the suits, with the nodes, to each individual tree, where they have to get into the tree, they have to find out what is at the base of the tree, why is it being guarded, what is it broadcasting, what's going on. And they all have a task. That's the point. Superman and Martian Manhunter's team, Team Mystery, are faced with the task of, oh no, we've found a room filled with a whole bunch of bottled cities, basically, and worlds. They decide the right thing to do is let them out. Very hesitantly they come to this decision. It wasn't like, oh look, there's a bunch of bottled worlds, let's let them out. It was more like, geez, could have really big ramifications and should we be doing this? But that's the idea they get. Let's free them. Now Batman and Lobo's team, Team Entropy, what do they discover at the base of their tree? Viral Docs, Brainiac's kid. That's because their tree was basically at a prison called Ultra Penitence. But yeah, basically Batman and his team fight or slaughter by way of Iron Hook if you're Lobo their way all the way through a whole bunch of really big baddies, like a whole lot of them, and they end up in the basement and it's Brainiac 2.0, Viral Docs. And that leaves me with the question is he going to become the new status quo Brainiac? Is he going to be replacing Brainiac as the Brainiac? You never know with DC these days. Poof! Reboot! Poof! Relaunch! Now just to bring things back down to earth, if you remember, Oliver Queen and Amanda Waller were together, and Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow, had intercepted her because she was trying to get to the thing that was going to broadcast the signal, saying, hey, giant celestial omega god super titans, come and eat us! Yeah, she was trying to stop that from happening. Well, it turns out they both get there and they're like, oh, geez. How about that? It's already started. Well, now we're screwed. And Amanda Waller, who doesn't strike me as a particularly pious woman, when Green Arrow asks her, well, what the hell do we do now? As they're staring at this seed that was lying dormant that is now activated, they're both staring up at it and she says, we pray, Oliver. That's all we have left to do is pray. Yeah, gee, thanks Amanda for killing Brainiac and triggering the hidden failsafe, because now Earth is going to be doomed even more than it's always usually going to be doomed. However, we know it's only a 4-issue miniseries, and so it's probably not going to be that big. It's just going to be some really interesting storytelling that sets the stage for new stuff in the DC universe. But here's the point. They're not even going to get to see any further ramifications of what happened due to the source wall cracking open if they do not make it to each of their tree seeds, and then restart the energies to counteract the one that is currently the dominant energy. They basically need to counteract Wisdom's power. These worlds are all in bottles, let them out. If they don't counteract Wisdom's power, which is the first step, then all is lost. Well, technically, it's a DC Comics story, so all will never be lost, but this definitely makes for some very interesting storytelling. Anyhow, I'm gonna leave my spoiler/commentary review of No Justice issue 2 right here. I think if you haven't picked up issue 1, do yourself a favor, go find it, pick it up, pick up issue 2, which is out as well. And by the time you get this video, it should be Wednesday, which is New Comic Book Day. You can pick up issue number 3 and you only have 1 to go. But yes, here unfortunately our time today has come to a close, so thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you found it useful, helpful, entertaining, insightful in any way, please take the time to leave a like on it. Also leave any comments you have down in the comment section below about this series. And if you think you might like to become a super friend and join the DC squad, well, just hit the subscribe button. Remember to ding the bell so that you never miss a video, and I will see you, or rather you will see me, next time. Have an awesome day, super friends. Take care. Oh yeah, and pick this up too if you get a chance. Mad Magazine has been relaunched to issue number 1, and it's all in color. And look, there's a nice big DC segment right here. Pick that up too. Seriously, it was a lot of fun. Okay, bye.